is here to stay. But in some situations, and I am looking at this, I'm talking to many people, I see that ChatGPT and other AI platforms, they are actually making people's English more stuck. So is this happening to you? Why ChatGPT, in particular ChatGPT, is making you more stuck? Even though you have it available for you, you can ask it endless questions, you feel like your English is not improving. And it should be. You have technology in your favor. So, what is going on? What are you doing wrong that is making your English more stuck, even though you believe, and I agree with you, you should be getting better instead of worse? That's what I want to cover with 3 different ways ChatGPT is making your English more stuck. And more importantly, how to fix that. That's why you're here, I imagine. If you don't know me very well, hi, how's it hanging? I'm Teacher Prix, and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. So consider subscribing, because every week I come here to post many different lessons to help you on your journey to English fluency, because I know you have a goal, you have a dream, and they all require English so that you can get them. So let's talk about being stuck. As I said, AI is here to stay. It is already part of our lives. You can't deny it. You can't resist it. You can't ignore it. You already use it. Actually, you've been using it for a really long time. We just keep changing names. Google is a kind of artificial intelligence. It's a searching engine, but is always giving you answers and telling you what to do. We're already using artificial intelligence in our everyday lives. We may not know it, but we already use it. So why not embrace it and learn how to use it so that we don't get stuck? And this is the danger. This is what is happening nowadays. We use technology in a way that instead of making us better, it makes us worse. So there are many positive outcomes with the evolution of artificial intelligence. And just as there are positive outcomes, there are negative ones as well. And this is what I have been witnessing with English learners from all over the globe. They are getting really addicted to technology and not harvesting the pros they're looking for, the benefits they're looking for. So without further ado, let's talk about the first one, outsourcing your brain. And I think this is the challenge of our society nowadays. We are outsourcing everything. We started outsourcing manpower, simple daily tasks. And unfortunately, this is now happening to our brain, to our intelligence, if you allow me. And what is that supposed to mean? Fluency comes from thinking. Fluency is a thinking skill. It's your ability to decide. It's your ability to organize your ideas. It's your idea to put words together to express your thoughts, your emotions, your desires, your beliefs. And what happens with ChatGPT, my friend? ChatGPT gives you answers very quickly. Like this. You ask a silly question, it gives you a very fast answer. So when you have a question in English, you don't understand, let's say you don't understand a phrase, you go to ChatGPT and you, boom, get the definition, get the translation, get the explanation. Everything is very fast. Consequently, you stop thinking, because thinking is a slow process. It is not as fast as we imagine, even though there's science that explains that we think very quickly. I am not judging that. But the process of building a sentence, creating, communicating, that is a slow process. And when you outsource everything, you stop thinking. You start transferring responsibility. Here is a screenshot of something that many people do, and I have seen the students doing that. That's why I am using this example. Let's say you're reading something to study English, and it's a difficult text. It's a difficult article. Maybe it's academic, maybe it's business, and it is complicated, so you don't understand. What do? We outsource. We transfer responsibility. We transfer our comprehension responsibility to AI. So what is the prompt? What is the command we give ChatGPT? Hey, I will send you a text, and I want you to summarize it. Very simple, very short, very fast, with very short explanations, because I want to understand. So what am I doing here? I am transferring responsibility. I am transferring my fluency journey. Make this simple. Make this short. Make this objective. Easier, easier, easier. And then what happens when you need to talk to people? Well, ChatGPT is not in your head, at least not yet, maybe in a few years. So you can't process information very fast because all your processing was made by someone else, by something else, by an algorithm, by a machine that is not going to be with you all the time. So you have a job interview. Now you have to explain your abilities. But because you asked ChatGPT to make it easy, make it shorter, make it faster, make it objective, make it simple, make it very, very easy. Now you don't know how to explain yourself. Now you don't know how to impress people with your English because you transferred your responsibility, your journey. And as I said, fluency is a thinking skill. It's your ability to express your thoughts, to put words together, to talk about your deepest feelings and emotions and ideas and projects and stories. And when you're studying and you transfer all of that, you become empty. You become shallow, and I don't want that for you. So instead of trying to build a sentence, you ask ChatGPT to rewrite it. Instead of trying to describe your idea, you ask ChatGPT to describe the idea for you. ChatGPT, I want to talk about this. Do it for me. I have experience in engineering. Give me a short paragraph with good words so that I know how to describe my day, so that I know how to describe my job. You're transferring. You're not learning to talk. You're transferring the responsibility. That's a dangerous game. What do we do instead, Priscilla? How do I fix this? We can go back to the good old days. Now, disclaimer, we will never be able to fully go back because you can still use technology. You can still use artificial intelligence, but let's be wiser when using technology. So I'm going to share some prompts here that will make it easier for you. I want you to make ChatGPT ask you questions before giving you answers. Let's say you're doing a reading exercise. Let's say you're reading something in English because you want to study, because you want to improve your vocabulary, because you want to improve your comprehension, and it's reading day. So instead of asking ChatGPT to make it easier, to make it shorter, to summarize, you do that. You try to explain with your own words. Or maybe you try to simplify, but not to the point that it's ridiculously simple. Because if you're here, you're not a beginner, you're probably at an intermediate level. And if you want to advance, if you go to really simple explanations, then nothing is going to change for you. And thinking of your reading practice, this is just an example. To improve your reading so that you can read more complicated content, you need better reading strategies. I teach that in my study plan. By the way, if you're interested, check out the description of this video and make sure to get my study plan cycle, the action plan for fluency, because if you want to be fluent, of course you can use technology, but you need a plan. And I teach that in my study plan cycle, in my fluency action plan, how to use your brain to be fluent, and also technology, because technology is great. We just need to know how to use it. Now, moving on to the next one. Easy questions, lazy brain. Oh man, I like this one. Guys, fluency grows when you speak, when you write, when you retrieve words from your brain, not just when you read what ChatGPT is giving you. Fluency is about action. It's about going forward, not just receiving the text or the vocabulary from ChatGPT. That's not how it works, okay? So what do I mean by easy questions, lazy brain? I go back to your English level. You want to advance, you want to be fluent, you want to be amazing. if you stick to really basic speaking prompts, and I know that many of you use ChatGPT and other AI platforms to have conversations. I have seen this, I've done this. But what I have witnessed is, oh, Priscilla, I talk about situations at the restaurant, when I'm going to the mall. I don't really do much, you know, I don't know how to do it. So you stick to really basic, easy questions. How was your last weekend? What did you do today? These are very good questions. How was your last weekend? How was it? Tell me. But if you're always doing that, you're not going to be fluent. With my students in my academy, I ask really difficult questions about dreams, technology, music, emotional intelligence, psychology, food, and history and philosophy, because I want you to talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime. So I need to ask you more difficult questions, because comfort is the killer of growth. Comfort is the killer of fluency, is the killer of dreams. It's because of discomfort that we go after things we want. If you get too comfortable with your practice, guess what? Nothing is going to change. So you need to change your prompts. So one example, one thing you can use with ChatGPT, and you can copy these if you wish, is give me a speaking scenario. Ask me one question at a time. Wait for my answer, then give me feedback after 3 answers. And then here you can be more specific. This is something that I teach in my study plan. I teach my students in my academy. When you think of a speaking scenario, don't just talk about, about likes and dislikes, about my eating habits, about my favorite movies. No, go a little deeper, and you can tell ChatGPT to go deeper. It's all up to you. Remember your thinking brain. Fluency is about a thinking skill. So in this context, for example, ask me a question at a time. So you're telling ChatGPT to give you 3 questions, to get feedback, to hear your answers, and then give you feedback. That is a more productive practice. And this is just one piece of the puzzle. You have to go deeper, because I have tested this many times. The feedback that ChatGPT gives is very basic. You need to give the best, a detailed prompt so that it gives you more information. Otherwise, it's going to look at you and say, oh, you did a very good job. You just need to improve your intonation and pronunciation, but that's all you need to do. I've seen this happen, okay? It doesn't correct a lot. So it all boils down to how you talk to it, okay? That's a very important deal. And before I move on to number 3, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Most people who watch my lessons are not subscribed. And if this is helping you, if this is serving you of any value, share this video with a friend. I would really appreciate it if more people could have access to this lesson. And I depend entirely on you for that to happen. But now let's move on, okay? Number 3, you accept corrections without learning. Ooh, I like this one. And this is making you more stuck because first and foremost, if you're using the free version of ChatGPT or any AI, the free version comes with a package of flaws and intentional mistakes. Conspiracy theory. Unfortunately, it's true. I have seen that happen, okay? I use the free version. Sometimes I go to the paid version because I like to compare, okay? And using the free version will, when you use the free version, you will have many mistakes in the information it shares, okay? So let's say you practice your English speaking, you shared your audio file and you asked for feedback. Pay attention. And don't simply accept the corrections, but use better prompts after you receive the correction. So ChatGPT corrected your text. Let's say you typed in a short answer and you asked it to provide you with some feedback and it gave you some corrections. Go deeper. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in the same place and stuck in a rut. So ask it to share some valuable feedback. Here are 3 options that you can use. Explain this correction in more details. Give me 3 similar examples. Now test me with 5 new sentences, with 5 new questions. This is more... this is deeper. This is more productive. So you receive correction from ChatGPT. Don't stop there. Oh, okay, this is the wrong, this is the correct. Thank you. No. Okay, explain why this is wrong in more detail. in more detail. And you can say, I am at an intermediate level. Explain this to me in more detail so that I can understand. Give me 3 similar examples. That's good. Test me with 5 new sentences. That's a better way to study the English language while using technology, because of course you can use technology. It's amazing. And remember, AI is a tool. Fluency is up to you. It is up to you. New York, New York. Dun, 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 dun. Fluency is always up to you. You can use AI as a tool, but it's your responsibility to work on your fluency, and I am here for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, share this video with a loved one, and get my study plan if you're tired of not knowing what to study. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!